My name is I am a student of Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, the Department of Aerodynamics and Flight Engineering. Today, we are going to speak about one of the university's departments, called Gas Engineering Fundamentals. We have divided our presentation into three main parts. The first part is introduction. The second part is about basic organization. And the third part is conclusion. Our presentations will take about 5-7 minutes. There will be time for questions after the presentation. Okay, let's go to business. And now, about when our department is founded and about an agreement with MIPT, Fedor Abramov will tell us now. Fedor, please.
Good morning. This department was founded in 1995. That year, Gazprom administrations concluded to an agreement with MIPT to get students for preparing for scientific organizations. There are two base organizations. The first of them is the Institute of Gas and Oil Problems. The second one is the leading research institute of the gas industry, Gazprom Gas. Thank you.
Thank you, Fedor. As Fedor has said before, we know where the first basic organization is the Institute of Oil, Gas and Oil Problems. And now, Sergei Terещенko will tell us more details, more information about this institute. Sergei, please.
Good morning. This institute was founded in 1987. Nowadays, we can say that the first target was to create a new type of organization. Anatoly Dmitrovsky has been the director of this institute since 1991. He is a doctor of geomineral science. 232 people are working there. 2 of them are academics of rank. 28 are doctors, and more than 80 of them are candidates of sciences. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergei. It was very interesting. Now, we all know that the second base organization in the main organization is Gazprom. And now, more facts about this organization. Mikhail Melnichuk, let's tell us now. Please, listen to him.
Good morning. The Institute of the Gas Industry is the leading research center of Gazprom. The center deals with the problems of development and exploitation of natural gas. In 1948, it was established to solve problems of development and exploration of gas fields. In 2001, gas got the status of a research center. Thank you.
Thank you, Mikhail. Now, we know all facts about this department, about basic organizations. But now, Victoria Muzykina tell us some general facts about this department. Victoria, please.
Good morning. Department of Gas Engineering Fundamentals prepares engineering scientists of development of the gas industry. Here are some of them. The first one is drilling, second one is gas production, the third one is transportation of gas, the next one is underground gas storage, and the last one is gas recycling. And also you can see a list of disciplines taught at the department. The first one is the technology of gas production. The second discipline is transportation of gas. The third one is recycling of gas. The next one is underground hydromechanics, and the last one is strength. And many more. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. We have a lot of information that we'd like to tell you, but our time is coming to the end. In conclusion, we can say that if you want to be so successful, rich person, have a good career, have a good job, choose Gas Engineering Fundamentals. So, thank you for your attention, and now we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
what international cooperation or project does Gazprom have nowadays and current projects? The most successful ones. Do you know that name?
Sorry, we have no information, don't know.
So I can direct this question to any of you. So,
Maybe Mikhail, he tell about Gazprom.
So do you know anything about international projects of Gazprom? The most successful ones?
Gazprom is an international company, so it works all over the world. So, they produce gas and transport it to another cities and in other countries. So it's maybe a question answer.
Okay, so also you touched on the topic of gas recycling. So what do you know? What have been made in this field?
About gas recycling?
Yes. So of course, nowadays
Maybe
everybody is interested in environmental problems, so that's why I'm interested as well.
Of course, everybody knows this our values. So students who go to this department will find some problems and solve them, I think, to recycle gas.
Okay, thank you.
Why are our students valuable for this organization?
Nice question. I think yes. After graduating from this department, students are very valuable in this organization. They have, they work a lot, and they, as Mikhail said, recycle new territories of gas and more and more.
What do our students have to do with that? With these problems, I mean?
Maybe, so additional question. So why is the research of development and exploration of gas connected to the sphere of research of our department? So they develop and research gas, and our department is aerodynamics and flight engineering. Why? What is the connection?
Our department, one department of our faculty is the gas engineering fundamentals, as we said. But more problems with the.
You can answer.
Yes, because laws in the air are so as laws in the gas.
Yes.
And we they are the same. So there is a department now.
Yes. The main discipline, fluid dynamics.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Everyone, today we are going to tell you about the Gromov Flight Research Institute, and our presentation consists of three parts. The first one is dedicated to the history of the institute, about its creation. The second one is about the experimental base and the areas of research of the institute. And the third one is about the sub-department of our faculty. And now it will be Leonid Chukov who will begin the first part, and Alexander Rudikov will continue.
Good morning. The Flight Research Institute was founded on the 8th of March 1941. Mikhail Mikhailовich Gromov, a legendary test pilot and a hero of the Soviet Union, became its first chief. The institute was meant to participate in development and testing of aircraft. The first years of the institute's existence coincided with the Great Patriotic War, the hardest time for the whole country. However, the institute showed its best during the war. Experts of the institute kept developing recommendation for improving aircraft military characteristics, tested experimental prototypes, and studied foreign aircraft and equipment, both purchased and taken as trophies.
After the long many years of the institute activity were devoted to the adoption of jet-propelled aviation, working in close collaboration with aircraft design offices, scientists and pilots of the institute, and invaluable contribution to the creation of the first Russian jet fighters. Another priority was the physiological and physical experiments required of spacecraft development. The results of the institute were used for designing Voskhod spaceship and Buran space shuttle. Since 1992, the second year, the Flight Institute becomes the venue International Aviation and Space Show, also known as MAX. Today, the institute is the scientific center of primary importance for aircraft industry. Research and experiments held the determined aims and tendencies of aviation ahead.
Now let's move on to the second part, and it will be Ivan Shemetov who will tell us about the areas of research and the experimental base.
There are two main types of the institute's activities. They are fundamental research and flight tests. The first category includes aerodynamic problems solving, research into engine units, measurement systems development, and safety and reliability analysis. The second category consists of experiments about flying laboratories, flight test techniques, utilization, and testing prototypes. To help these complicated experiments, the Institute possesses some unique equipment. The airfield of the Institute, offering 2.5 square kilometers of contact surfacing, is one of the largest in the world. It has several runways, one of which is for 5,403 meters long, which is the second longest in the world. The runways are designed to operate at any time of day and night and under any weather conditions. Flight control is maintained by 3 independent command centers. For the Institute's activities, a number of marine flying laboratories were designed and constructed in the Institute. Their purposes are well condition measurements, research into air navigation communication, and onboard systems testing, including weapons tests and engine tests. Among other equipment, used by the Institute, 1.5 centrifuge, a vacuum chamber, a small aircraft production unit, a number of flight simulators, and pilot data. Thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce to our stage Alexander Burakov, who will tell us about the sub-department of our faculty in Flight Research Institute as a part of DAFE.
At our faculty, the Flight Research Institute is represented by the sub-department of flight research, trials and certification. Students of the sub-department work at a wide range of scientific problems connected with upgrading, testing and designing aircraft. A professorship of the sub-department counts 11 people, 5 of which are listed as scientific advisors. A possibility of working abroad is given at students' level.
Now, after the end of the presentation, we are keen on answering the questions that you may have.
As you have said, that one of the main activities of this research institute is testing aircraft prototypes. So what kind of tests do you know?
Some strange tests, some...
What do you mean by saying strange tests? Strange. Sorry.
Strange tests, some flight equipment tests, aerodynamic tests, mainly on real aircraft that already exist.
So testing difficult weather conditions?
Yeah, difficult weather conditions
like what?
Flying at low altitudes.
Excuse me, could you please tell me what's shown on your left slide?
What?
What's that?
It's just a prototype of a space vehicle that can be used multiple times.
It has no pilot?
Yes, it's unmanned, yes.
Okay.
Is it a joke? So Gromov Flight Research Institute is a DAFE sub-department.
No, it has no.
Do they know about that?
Oh, maybe it was wrong, but
it sounds great. So it is a joke.
Wait.
Oh, mistake. Okay.
We can consider this as joke.
You mentioned two types of activities, as in flight research. Fundamental research and flight test. Do you know anything about test pilot school that's based in Turkey?
We know little about it. We know that it provides our aeronautical industry with test pilots which are testing the aircraft created by it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell about it. Any other questions?
Other questions? No questions. Okay, thank you.
Hello, my name is Novikov Konstantin, and I'm honored to represent you, one of the most famous Aerodynamics Institute, the Flight Research Institute, which is also connected with our department, DAFE. The presentation is going to take from 5 to 7 minutes, and all the questions are welcome after the presentation. To begin with, the main feature of the Flight Research Institute is the total area of aerodrome pavement. It's about 2.5 million square meters, and it is the greatest pavement in Europe. The bearing capacity of 3 runways is with length from 3 to 5.4 thousand meters, allows taking off and landing from lightweight fighters to wide fuselage and transport airplanes. The unique location of the institute allows about 20 kilometers from Moscow, and the closeness to such important objects like railroads, waterways, and warehouses, and the fitting with the modern landing systems allows to make it possible to realize the passenger and loads transportation via the international airlines by air companies or the Flight Research Institute. My colleague Maria Grishonina is going to tell us more about Flight Research Institute, for example, the main investigation of this institute.
Hello everybody, my name is Maria Grishonina. This is my part of presentation. First of all, I would like to tell you about automated flight experiment control system. This system provides firstly accumulation, processing and display that on ground point of the current onboard and external trajectory measurements, as well as radio communication link with flight vehicles being tested. Secondly, the leader of the experiment can control the experiment. And thirdly, increase the flight efficiency and safety. The next point I would like to tell you about is laboratory stand base. In scientific departments of the institute, the base for mathematical simulation and laboratory stand base has been created for testing the power installation, airplane control system, pilot navigation system, and etc. This base allows performing the investigations according to complex methodology. What does it mean? It means combining the theoretical development of problems with laboratory stand base and with completing a full-scale research experiment during flight. The next point I would like to tell you about is design plan test. It is the most important part while creating new flight vehicle. From the very first flight, during all the flight tests, the reliability of flight vehicles is checked. Its stability and controllability is estimated. Its flight characteristics are determined, and there are another checking stuff. And also there is some point in FRI like safety control. For example, the FRI is a member of International Safety Foundation, which is the largest organization dedicated to flight safety in the world.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. More facts about what is investigating and carry out experiments in Flight Research Institute. The Romanenko Roman is going to tell.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to ask a test of gas turbine engineering. All the newly developed gas turbine engineers are passed obligatory flight tests at flying laboratories in PRC. They are carried out in order to receive specific height, speed, thrust, and consumption characteristics, and to provide accurate operability and operation reliability for engineering and power installation system to determine loadings onto elements of power installation. The development of flying vehicle systems. The task of complex of one-board equipment systems is to provide reliability of crews of up-to-date flight vehicles flying at large speeds, heights at within range of G-load variation. Investigation, testing and development of such systems and performed in PRC extends in thermal vacuum chambers at centrifuge and flying laboratories and during the test at prototype objects.
Thank you, Roma. Keep on doing the English. And the last part of our speaking presentation is about the laboratories created by the Flight Research Institute. And my colleague Tolmachov Kirill is
good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you about the flying labs, which are also researched in the FRI, and this is one of the most prior projects of their whole activity. Well, basically, flying labs perform, make scientists realize the following tasks, like the airflows near the objects, which are directly into the air, natural conditions, the flight dynamics at high angle speeds, at high angle positions, the influence of aeroservothermal elasticity, and it's also important for the humanity to care about the nature. So their influence of the nature is influence on the nature from the flight tests and stuff like that is also researched over there. Basically, flying labs can be divided into two parts. The first part is dedicated flight labs. The second part is complex flight labs. The main difference is that the dedicated flight labs research a single vehicle, a single system, or something like that, and while the complex flight labs research the communication between different systems and the common work of several systems, of several vehicles, or between the pilot and the dispatcher on the Earth, their common communication. FRI is not also famous in the whole world and in our country and in our city in particular for their investigations and researches, but it's also well known that FRI makes every 2 years, FRI makes air shows in our country, MAX, as we call them. I think that's a very important part in the common life of our city. And it is also what FRI is famous for, is its database of theoretical information. It has a really great library of the aerodynamics literature, and young scientists may find whatever they need over there. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirill. To conclude, we talked about the Flight Research Institute. We talked about some aerodrome and the Flight Research Center, some laboratories created by FRC, and I want to notice that the professionalism of LEE workers took part not only in the field of researching, they also were helping with legendary far transit flights mastery during the World War II and the fire suppression during the 60s. The FRC also works efficiently with working groups like ICAO, ISO, FCF, and ESA. Thank you for your attention. If you are here to have some questions, you are now free to ask them.
So, does it seem attractive to you, to our students, to work in this institute after graduating from our institute?
Thank you for your question. It's an interesting subject. It is interesting for us due to its departments of parachuting and we can work on marks after this institute. It's useful for us in the future, but now we can only go to this institute and work there inside, of course.
Okay.
Do you know how many places does this department have for students?
How many?
How many students can study on this department?
I thank you for the question. I don't know an exact number, but I can say it's approximately the from 5 to 10 students can go there.
I want to direct my question to Kate. So you have told us about laboratories. So I'm not sure that you know, but maybe. So how much does it cost to maintain the work of these laboratories?
Well, you see, basically, thank you for the question again. Basically, a laboratory is a plane which is specially equipped. Well, I guess if you know how much does the plane cost, and I don't know exact numbers, but I don't think the equipment will be much cheaper than the plane does, than the plane ones. So I guess you need 2 planes to buy a plane laboratory. But actually, you know, it always depends on which exact investigations you want to perform, because equipment costs differently, and it really depends on what you want to research.
But do you think that this project will pay off? Yes.
Sure it will, like every project aimed on the progress does. It just brings you useful things you can well, pay off.
Sorry, unfortunately, not all the projects pay off.
Well, basically, sooner or later, most of them do.
Thank you for your presentation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alena, and now it's time for our group to share some information about the Department of Special Flight Vehicles and its basic organization, GSC Illusion. From the start, I would like to thank our esteemed guests for attending this presentation. It's an honor for us to have an opportunity to address such a distinguished audience. So, let's get close to the point now. Well, everybody knows that MIPT provides the students with an opportunity of not only academic studying, but of getting some special applied skills and getting an opportunity to work and study on a basic organization on different big technology enterprises. And today we're going to update you on main features of Special Flight Vehicles Department. Our presentation is divided into several parts. First, we will give you some brief information about the GSC Illusion. Then, we will reveal you some facts about one of the most successful projects of the company. After that, we will move on to the work of the department itself, and finally, we will make a conclusion. After that, any questions will be welcomed. So, Alexander, Timur, please.
Good afternoon, my name is Timur, and I'm going to give you a quick look at what Illusion Design Bureau is and what they do and what are the milestones of this bureau. And the first thing to mention is that this bureau was named after its founder, and it was founded in 1933. And Sergei Vladimirovich Ilyushin was not the only person who created that bureau, but he also created a team of very experienced and talented engineers, and alone they created that bureau. And well, today the Bureau is one of the leading companies in the sphere, and during the past 80 years they produced more than 120 aircraft. And well, if you want some numbers on how many actual planes they produced, well, I can say that there was more than 60,000 airplanes. And well, the first, the most significant, I'd say, airplane was developed just before the Second World War, and it's called Il-2. And well, this aircraft was not only the one that granted Soviet Union's advantage in the air over our rivals, and also they called it Black Death, and what it did, it actually caused death to German airplanes. And even Stalin, who was not very, emotional, he said that Il-2 was the weapon that was our bread and air, and without it we wouldn't have done much. And well, after the Second World War, they also produced many commercial airplanes, and these are very successful as well, and we can say that they successfully went to the time when there is no war, and it's important to produce commercially successful planes. And what proves that is that these planes are not only used in our country, but they are also exported, and many countries, many foreign countries use these planes, and in some ways these planes are unique, and we'll tell you a bit more about that a bit later. And also, well, mostly during the time of the Soviet Union, there were a lot of governmental awards that were granted to this design bureau, and well, most of these awards were very of high level, and they really say a lot about this bureau. So that was what I have to say, and now I will pass the word to Alana.
So thank you, Timur, and now we will move on and take a closer look at one of the most successful and highly demanded projects of the Design Bureau, the family of planes Il-96. So please, Alexander.
Hello, my name is Alexander, and I'm going to tell you about the most successful project of this company, Il-96. Il-96 is four-engined wide-body airplane are designed to carry passengers, luggage, or cargoes at long-haul routes. It took off for the first time in 1988, and its passenger separation began on July 1993. Then I want to say that this plane has special electronic and aerodynamic system, and its system provides this plane with high comfort and safety. Plane meets international ecological requirements, and because of it, it can operate in any region of the world. In fact, Il-96 is a whole family of planes. Apart from the passengers airplanes, there is a cargo one Il-90-400T with a max payload of 92 tons. It's really amazing because it's a really big amount of luggage. It has low fuel consumption and great capacity and reliable systems. Also, I'd like to add some amazing facts about this aircraft. First, without any doubt, this aircraft has one of the most reliable and durable engine. It, in fact, it is proved by the fact that in 2008, for the first time in the history of Russian aviation, the engine crossed a milestone of 30,000 flight hours. And even more, Il-96 is one of those few planes that haven't been in accident with fatalities, and it is really amazing too. So it was a short review about Il-96, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Alexandra, and now let's turn to the department itself.
Hello, my name is Sergey, and I'm going to tell you a few words about the department. The head of the department is a Doctor of Economic Sciences, Viktor Vladimirovich Livanov. The syllabus is broad and various. It consists of 13 faculty courses, 5 core courses for future bachelors and 4 courses for masters. Department head of department, Ilya Boris Ivanovich, teaches specialty introductory first special purpose aircraft and physical principles of their information systems on the 5th and 6th terms. For the 7th and 8th term students, there are 4 courses: aerodynamic special aircraft, fundamental of the theory of reception and processing of signals in the information measuring systems, IT technologies of creating aircraft, and physical basis of information optical networks. And for the 9th and 10th term students, DN of our DAFE department teaches the course boundary problems of computational aerodynamics. These are the basic disciplines that you can learn in this department. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergey. Unfortunately, our presentation is coming to an end. The subject of our talk was Department of Special Flight Vehicles, and we have discussed several points. First of all, basic organization JSC Illusion, then Il-96 family, then Department of Special Flight Vehicles itself. So, Design and Bureau Illusion is a place where people devote their lives to the flight and work together on a common cause. They advance science and leave a trace in the history of Russian aviation. We want to emphasize that the staff of the company creates and will create the great aircraft that meets the most demanding requirements. And even now the company is working on a modification of project of Il-76. And we would like to show you a piece of video from one of the latest news reports. Unfortunately, the video is in Russian, but we've made English subtitles for you. So please, pay attention to the screen.
На первый взгляд, новый модернизированный Ил-76 ничем не отличается от своего предшественника, легендарного советского транспортника, впервые выпущенного еще в 70-х годах. Все новшества у него внутри. Разработчики спроектировали крыло, состоящее из цельных длинномерных деталей. Стыков стало меньше, а сама конструкция легче и прочнее.
All in all, without any doubt, those students who will enter this department will get an incredible chance to broaden their mind and get unique knowledge and skills that can provide them with an interesting and challenging job. And certainly, their academic advisors will definitely make them fall in love with the sky and the flight as much as they do. Thank you for your attention. So you are welcome to ask any questions.
So one of the parts of your presentation was devoted to the aircraft IL-96, right? And you said that it was one of the most successful projects Yes, evolution. And does it have any competitors on the international market? And if any, what advantages does it have over it?
This plane is one of the most successful projects, but nowadays, unfortunately, it has to be modified. And JSC Illusion now has some modified projects of this plane because even though it's quite a great machine with high, with high numbers of their durability and their strength and so on. But it has some great numbers in the field of its payload and in the field of energy consumption. But nowadays there are some great competitors such as Airbus and, for example, Boeing 747 and so on. Yes.
And also you have said that Illusion planes are exported, yes, all over the world. So could you enumerate the countries it is exported to?
It's quite difficult to enumerate all the countries because, first of all, aircraft of this company are exported in different fields to commercial airlines and also to some government, some aircraft, bombers and some struck aircraft. I know that such countries, as of course Ukraine and Belarus, they use these planes. Also, I've heard that somewhere in Korea, if I'm not mistaken, some planes were exported. And of course, more countries, but I don't quite remember all of them.
Thank you. The video that you showed, is it a very old video?
No, it's not an old video, it's quite up to date.
Up to date? What happened there?
In this video, we have shown a piece of video, and all the report was about modified model of Il-76. They have scientists in the JSC Illusion improved its safety, improved its engine and some electronic appliances. For example, now the plane has, not their old displays, but modern one, and they made some. They made their pilot cabin more comfortable, so pilot feel more.
So modification.
Yes, so about modifications. And now this plane is testing, and there will be some more tests. And after that, it's expected to produce some factors.
What aircraft models are under development now?
Aircraft models, first of all, as you mentioned, Il-76. Then now there are some modifications of Il-96-400D. It's a cargo aircraft. And I have heard that several years ago there was some of Il-96-300 and Il-96-400 planes that are passenger planes. They were put under some modifications to become more competitive on their modern, market plane.
Have you ever heard about new Il-112?
Yes.
I read about it on their site. Haven't you?
No, unfortunately.
Maybe it was just late at night and I'm mistaken. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are so happy to see all of you in this audience. So let me introduce myself. My name is Volkova Anastasia, and I'm a second-year student of Moscow Institute of Physics Technologies. My group and all my speakers is 162. In this year, we would have to choose the department. And which will be linked to our future activities. And how I consider the one of promising direction is the Central Institute of Aviation Motors, after named Barana, or is short CARA. So, how much do you know about this institute? This institute is the leading Russian researcher in aero engines. Unique Russian research famous for his complex exploration and development in the field of aero engines, from fundamental study of physical process up to joint work with design bureaus on creation, upgrading, and engines certification. So we have divided our presentation in 4 parts. They are what does SIAM do? Development of SIAMs, based on global recognition, the team of the scientists and the development of the school motors. So let's start our presentation. How many of you can guess? So we will start with the basic questions. What does SIAM do? And Belousov Mikhail can tell us the answer of these questions. Please.
Hello. CIM is a Russian Federation State Scientific Center. It is engaged forecasting in aero engine development trends, definition of relation configuration and technology recommendation for new engines, improvement of the development methodology under modern economical conditions. The technology, modern technology of engine development is based on integration of high-level mathematical modeling system, computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacture that promote reduction of the most expensive components of engine perfection is prototyping system. CIMS triple machine computer aided design and modeling on the top the up-to-date position. Modeling practice applies 3D methods of unsteady viscous flow, inverse task solution of elements optimizations, multidisciplinary approaches conjugate gas dynamics and heat exchange tasks in GTA, etc. Developed modeling of unsteady process of stall motion losses, compressive flutter, etc.
Thank you, Michael. And now I suggest to get equations with the developments of SIAMs. And Gontarov Sergei will provide us with this information.
Well, CIM has developed methods of higher voltage compressors and with a small number of stages and wide cold blades, high temperature combustors and durable high gradient turbines. FADECs with small number of FADECs with intelligent sensors and actuators integrated with a technical diagnostic system. Key technologies are developed for advanced engines and new designs of main turbomachinery components, compressors, components, and combustors. New types of bearings, seals, and white hot fan blades, etc. With application of composite and ceramic materials. When all the life cycle stage of engines, the newest technologies are developed and introduced. Information support is coordinated.
Thank you, Sergey. I really hope that this information will be very interesting for you. And another interesting facts about the basis of CIM and its global recognition. I ask all the attention on Stanov Vladislav.
Hello. SAM possesses unique experimental facilities for simulation of high altitude and speed flight conditions. Presently, this base is being successfully modernized, including information testability. The SAM's scientific contribution in scramjet development is worldwide recognized. The unique scientific, methodological, and experimental base of the institute maintains a high level of research, and in this direction, computer modeling software, land test facilities, and flight test hardware for high Mach numbers are used.
Thanks for this lab. And at the end of our presentation, we would like to tell you about some information of scientists, team of scientists, and the development of the motor schools.
Hello. SAM secures and enlarges a numerous team of outstanding scientists, both now in the fields of physics and energy, hypersonic technology, the theory of boundary layer, turbomachinery, gas dynamics, high-level mathematic models, and other disciplines. One of the important aero engine industry tasks is development of domestic engineering and technical process. To solve this task, there are chair departments of 5 leading institutes: Moscow Institute of Aviation, Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, Moscow Institute of Energy, and others, as well as postgraduate course.
Thank you, Danila. This concludes our presentation. I really hope that all of you enjoyed. And now, if you have some questions, you may ask them of any speakers.
So give me some examples of aircrafts or design bureaus some designed the motors for. Examples of aircraft or design bureaus.
I think the design of engine is not most important for this institute.
What organizations and institutes in Zhukovsky are the main partners of SAM?
Our department have some connections with SAM, and maybe Tsagi have some partnership with
What about me?
And one of the most important partners in Zhukovsky is DAFE.
Which one? Okay, thank you.
No other questions? Then thank you. Саша Менщиков. Давайте начнем. Помните, правдивее, что у вас ограничения.
Well, good afternoon, esteemed guests. Let me introduce myself. My name is Daniil. I am a second-year student of Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology. I study at the Department of Aerodynamics and Flight Engineering. Our group has made a presentation, and today I will be a presenter. The main topic of this presentation is Flight Research Institute, after Mikhail Mikhailovich Gromov. Our speech is divided into 4 parts in accordance with the most important information details. At the end of our presentation, you are welcome with questions. In the first part of our presentation, I'm going to tell you some general information about the institute. What is the Flight Research Institute? Flight Research Institute is the unique location of airfield, set of on-ground control means, radiotechnical support, flight signaling equipment and communication, the up-to-date automated air traffic control system, and certainly great experience gained Flight Research Institute researchers. In the second part of our presentation, Alexander Danilov is going to tell you about the most important direction in Flight Research Institute work, namely provision of safety of flights.
The necessary condition of providing safety and regularity of flights is connected with good operational technical characteristics of flight vehicles. For this, in Flight Research Institute, the following aspects have been developed and implemented into industry. Firstly, methodology of provision and complex check of operational technical characteristics. During the process of creation, tests and development of airplanes and helicopters. Secondly, conception for creating and using the system of operational checking and on-ground maintenance. And lastly, methods of recovering the flight information from different information carriers. Moreover, Flight Research Institute is a member of the International Forum of Flight Safety.
Thank you. Next, Dmitry Gadjiev is going to tell you about the most important stage of creating new flight vehicle, namely design flight tests.
Design flight tests are the most important stage of creating a new flight vehicle. The first flight of a new airplane is the beginning of new and the most important phase of creating the airplane. Design flight tests. During the preparation of flight tests, Flight Research Institute takes part in development of measuring system and in development of program and procedure of tests. During all the design tests, the operability of the flight vehicle is checked and its flight characteristics are determined. Scientific departments of Institute take creative participation in design flight tests of new flight vehicles. The experience being gained is accumulated into guidance on aviation engineering tests.
Thank you. As the last part, my material will tell you about the international cooperation.
The international cooperation of Flight Research Institute has long-lived traditions, taking their beginning from legendary far transit flights. Master manufacturing of military airplanes of foreign design, which was designed, of military airplanes of foreign production during the Second World War. The great work is performed together with scientists and specialists from European Space Agency on scientific problems of creating winged space vehicles and systems. Long-term cooperation is successfully realized with scientists and aviation specialists from China in testing their helicopters and airplanes. What is more, Flight Research Institute is an organizer of regular conduction in other countries of international airspace shows. There are 36 covered exhibition pavilions with total area of 25,000 square meters, and there is the greatest in Europe concrete runway with total length of 5,400 meters.
Thank you, Maria. We would like to tell you more about trends in the activity of the Institute, but we are limited with time. Thank you everyone for your attention, and now Kirill is happy to answer your questions. Please, Kirill.
You're welcome with questions.
Thank you for your presentation. Do you know what flight research bases of what different engineering bureaus are situated on the territory of flight research institute?
No.
Yes, what flight research bases are situated?
Research basis?
Yes, of what engineering design bureaus? Very famous, for example, Sukhoi was.
I'm sorry.
What others? Sukhoi,
Missishev, as I remember, also Soul, and also some flying models for Aerodynamics, some models of aerospace shuttles, as I remember, and model of airplane MIPT, also models of airplane MIPT.
So Mash had mentioned cooperation with long-term cooperation with China. So do you know any other long-term cooperation with maybe other international aircraft institutes?
European, as I remember, European Space Agency also cooperate with Flight Research Institute.
No more questions. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Kirill. Thank you for questions. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. That is all. Goodbye.
Пока идет вторая группа, общие замечания. Аплодисменты в конце, пожалуйста, давайте все презентации не мешайте. И вот с той стороны какие-то разговоры идут посторонние. Очень тяжело слушать и очень тяжело говорить. Воздержитесь от комментариев. So the next presentation.
Good afternoon. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pavel Troitsky. I'm a second-year student of Department of Aerodynamics and Flight Engineering, Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology. In this presentation, I and my colleagues would like to briefly tell you about the Department of Special IFS and Aeronautical Measurement System, located at Almaty. We have divided our presentation into 4 parts. The first is history of the company. The second is activity of company. The third is education process, and the fourth is benefit for employees. After our performance, you are welcome with your questions. And firstly, Dmitry will tell you about the history of company.
The System Design Bureau of Air Defense Almaty Day, named by academician Alexander Rasputin, dates back to the 8th September of 1947. when the Council of Ministers and Central Committee of the USSR established a special bureau of the Ministry of Weapons. According to this decision, the company, which in the future will be a leading provider of air defense, formed at cross of Leningrad and Vologransk highways. Over the years, company developed many defensive missiles, such as C-200 and C-300.
So now Denis will tell you about activity of company.
Nowadays, Almaz and they conducted research and development activities to develop advanced military equipment and weapon systems. The main directions of scientific and technical activity of the company are ways of creation and development of systems, tools for meeting the challenges here, and space defense of the Russian Federation. Developing unified systems of new generation anti-aircraft missiles. Moreover, the company is engaged in information unifying scientific technical policy in the field of ground-based customers of GLONASS system. As a result, company needs graduates specialized in such area: digital signal processing, radio engineering, system programming, and many others. Another interesting thing to say about is wide company's range. For example, anti-aircraft missile systems and complexes. They are awesome. Very long-range systems such as Ante-2500, medium range such as Pechora 2A, and short range Tor M1. Most of the range are radar. Where station detect air targets such as Nebo SWU, Gamma S1E, where stations of ground weapon engines such as Zupak 1. The company also engaged in production of automated control systems and sea-based anti-aircraft. For example, Steel 1, Klinok are sea-based anti-aircraft. Baikal and Fundament are automated control systems.
Now, let's talk to education process. Let's listen to us.
So, during the 4 years of studying at the Department of Special Aircrafts and Aeronautical Measurement Systems, students study such subjects as information technology for creating aircraft, special aircraft aerodynamics, boundary values problems of numerical aerodynamics, and many others. CONSAN has many subsidiaries and they are cooperating with many other leading universities, such as Bauman University, Moscow Aviation Institute, Moscow Institute of Radio Engineering, Electronics and Automation, and others. For example, about 1,500 students were studying and practicing at Almaz and Pei during the 2010, and about 200 graduates decided to work in the CONSAN field. In addition, Almaz and Pei supports the activities of students, young specialists and scientists by organizing scientific and technical conferences. The last of these conferences was held recently, and as I know, students from our department took part in it. Thank you.
Finally, Sergey will tell you about benefits given to the attempts by Almaz and Pei.
I'll tell you about some benefits, not all, and there are such options for employees as participation in scientific
conferences involving in education process, professional and career development. They can publicate their scientific articles in technical journals. Also, they can work on flexible hours, and it's not all. Also, the huge benefit is reduced price meals in the dining room, and I would say that the employees can be sure about their future.
In conclusion, I would say that this is the only department in the DAFE where students who don't like aircraft can find deals they like. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, we are glad to answer.
I have a question. So, you said a lot about military technique. However, does Almaz-Antey produce any civil production?
Sorry, we don't know about it. It wasn't mentioned at the site. As we know, Almaz-Antey is a company which exports military techniques to abroad.
Thank you.
So you mentioned it exports abroad, yes? What countries?
As we know, these countries are China, India. Yes, this is the main partners of the Almaz-Antey.
Why do those students who dislike aircraft enter the department of aerodynamics and flight engineering? So you said that this department is the only place where those who hate or dislike aircraft can study. Yeah? So why do they choose this department?
Because they can create things which will destroy aircraft.
Ah, I see. Thank you.
Any other questions?
So would you like to work in this organization?
Of course. But I haven't decided. I haven't chosen the department.
But if you do choose this, will it mean that you do not like aircraft?
Yes.
So also you have said that interns by this company are providing a lot of opportunities for their future career, and they can take part in different kinds of conferences. So, and could you mention these conferences? What kind of conferences?
The last conference was recently, 29 of March. Yes.
And where did it take place?
It was
in Moscow.
In Moscow, at the territory of Almaz-Antey.
And what was the name of that conference? International conference. What did you say? What is it?
Sorry. As I know, students of our department took all prizes in a section of information technology in this conference.
Thank you for your presentation.
Я думаю, что да.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My name is Milyanova Anna, and other members of the group: Pavel Sokov, Emir Ismailaev, Ayla Holland, Vladislav Abramov, Dmitry Konchev. Today we would like to tell you about the Department of Gas Dynamics, Combustion and Aerodynamics. Our aim is to outline the main reasons why you must choose this department. We have divided our presentation in the 3 parts. First, we'll give you some background information about the Central Institute of Aviation Motor Development. Then we'll talk about the department, and finally we'll point out the reasons for choosing this department. After the end of presentation, we will be glad to answer your questions. Let me start with the institute. Central Institute of Aviation Motor Development named after Baranov, who was famous Russian aviation motor engineer. Is the only specialized Russian research and engineering facility dealing with advanced aerospace propulsion research, aircraft engine certification, and other gas dynamics related issues. Now my groupmate Pavel will tell you about background information about the institute.
Okay, thank you. So, the institute was founded in 1930. CIAM operates the largest aerospace testing engine testing facility in Europe. So now in the video you can see the tests of aircraft engine. CIAM has developed new methods of high-loaded compressors with small numbers of stages and white-hot blades, high-temperature combustors, and durable high-gradient turbines. Also, full-authority digital engine control systems, or FADEC, with intelligent sensors and actuators, integrated with the technical diagnostic systems and many other modern innovative technologies in the area of aircraft engine development. And
thank you. Right, let's move to the second part of the presentation. Emir,
Thank you, Anne. I'm going to tell you about the Department of Gas Dynamics, Combustion and Aerodynamics. The students here study a lot of different subjects such as theoretical and physical gas dynamics, numerical methods, turbulence theory, physical chemical kinetics, and combustion theory. An important part of the educational process is the cycle of laboratory works aimed at learning of methods of physical experiment and testing of the engine and its components. In addition of this, the students study the computer modeling of gas motion. Despite the fact that all these subjects are considered to be hard for studying, the students find it challenging but at the same time very interesting.
Thank you, Emir. Now Vlad and Dmitry are going to finish our presentation.
So to our final point, the reasons for choosing the educational process at the department as well as training areas is being improved to meet the requirements of the industry and the modern trends in aviation.
Another interesting thing of the department is that students have a good opportunity to meet with the profession and carry out their research under the guidance of highly qualified specialists. And the last, by still very
International reason we have the scholarship for the students of the department is very high, which is very important, especially for the students who came from other regions and different.
In conclusion, we'd like to tell you that you won't be sorry if you make the proper choice and join this department. Anyway, you will benefit. So, and now thank you for attention, and I will be glad to answer your question.
Thank you for your presentation. Does some provide motors and engines to Russian design bureaus or also to foreign?
Well, as I know, mainly for Russian design bureaus such as Lurka Saturn or Aerodynamics and so on. But still, I think that sometimes foreign engine design bureau can order some works on the base of this institute. Any other questions?
You have showed us a video, yes?
Yes.
Could you comment on it?
I'm sorry?
Could you comment on this video?
Well, on this video, Ivan, if possible, could you repeat? Well, in this video you can see the test of the aircraft engine for the fighter and the testing on the mode of forçage. Unfortunately, I can't recognize the model of the engine. What is the engine for a fighter? Yes.
You said some words about electronic apparatus. So we will have an opportunity to participate in designing some kind of electronic products.
Well, yes, I believe that students who graduated from the department and enter the CIAM will be able to work in this field.
Let me introduce our team. We are students of Moscow Institute of Physics and Technologies at the Faculty of Air Mechanics and Flight Engineering from groups 161 and 163. My name is Andrew Koltek and I will be a presenter. And we would like to talk to you today about one of the departments of our faculty, Gazprom NII Gas. We divided our presentation into 4 parts. In the first part, Philip Molchanov will tell you about history and organization structure. In the next section, Ksenia Rushinskaya will introduce scientific research activity in geology and geophysics. In part 3, Ekaterina Sorokina will tell you about scientific research activity in technological projects. In the last part, Sergei Timonin will present safe use of resources and international activity. We would ask you to save your questions for the end, and Sergei will try to answer you. So, do you want to be in demand, successful, to make a career? Then you should choose the department NII Gas. Gazprom, dreams come true. And now, I want to give the floor to Philip, who will tell about the history and organization structure of the department of NII Gas.
NII Gas was established in 1948 as a single scientific and technical center of the gas industry. In the year of its 60th anniversary, NII Gas is a Russian leader in the field of oil and gas technologies and scientific researches, coordinator of the major charges and engineering projects and programs in many areas, which we'll discuss later. The organizational structure of NIGAS includes research centers, departments, laboratories, and scientific research branch in UFTA. NIGAS has graduate school, which trains 50 graduate students and 35 candidates for a philosophy degree. Also, NIGAS has two dissertation council, opening of doctorate is planning, and also NIGAS has training school which aimed at highly qualified personnel. Within modern personnel policy, optimal conditions are created for the specialist motivation and self-actualization of the institute, including a branch where more than 2,000 employees work. And now let's move on to scientific achievements of the department. It's a departmental commission of the on the world of the Russian government in the field of science and technology in 2007 made a decision to award the prize for preparation technology of industry categories, hydrocarbon, for example, the Stockman gas condensate field, put forward by Gazprom.
Thank you, Philip. And now I would like to invite Ksenia. She is going to tell you about geology and geophysics.
What you really need to know about Gazprom is the basic lines of its scientific activities. Mostly in geology and geophysics, it is forecast of mineral resources development, geology of oil and gas areas, and estimate of reserves reliability. The main point to make about development of offshore oil and gas resources is geology of deposits of shelf seas, designing offshore and oil and gas hydraulic facilities and engineering systems for the development targets, as well as economic efficiency of resource development. As for natural gas field development, major developments in recent years include feasibility study of scenarios for gas for the period up to 230. Development projects of the Nomadian of Dutch Urengoy, Astrakhan and Yambol fields, also development plan of Vultursky condensate field in the mode of storage control. And of course, standing order of preparation for regulatory documents on the national gas field development. Now let's look at the underground gas storage. Research activities of Gazprom in this area consist of development strategy for underground gas storage, shortly UGS. For instance, UGS technological design, UGS operation and experimental work, downhole equipment, and filters in unstable reservoir rocks, and similarly regulations for the UGS service and development.
Thank you, Ksenia. And the next speaker is Ekaterina, who will tell you about scientific research activity and technological projects.
Most important aspect in scientific research of NIGAS is the reliability and life of UGSS facilities. At first, we have to mention operational reliability and safety of pipeline constructions on the basis on the system of diagnostics. Besides that, the creation of welded and seamless pipes, pipeline components, and improvement of technologies of welding is necessary for the further development of the gas and oil industries. Moreover, processing of gas and condensate and field preparation of gas play a major role in scientific research of NIGAS. This activity includes areas such as development of GTL production technology. It also includes new development projects of deposits operated in the mode of declining production. And it similarly involves software complexes for technological processes and devices and regulations, transport and field processing of gas, condensate and oil. At last, in the end of my part of presentation, I want to speak a bit about the most vital aspect in any activity, about environment protection and rational nature management. NIGAS certainly has some projects in this field. The first is research and development for mitigation of negative impact of enterprises on the environment and humans. Furthermore, NIGAS has an automated accounting system of pollution emissions. Similarly, the department considers developing means and methods of protection of personnel and inhabitants from toxic gases and other harmful impacts, taking into account the specific nature of gas, oil, petrochemical and chemical industries.
Thank you, Katerina. And at last, I want to invite Sergey, who will tell about safe use of resources and international activity.
At the first point, here comes identification and ordering of sources and factors of the negative impact on the sustainability of the gas production facilities. Transportation, storage, and processing of natural gas and liquid hydrocarbons, including marine facilities. Obviously, we can't forget about creating the informational database, mathematical models, and algorithms for control system of gas supply in emergency and crisis situations. Furthermore, scientific and methodological support of programs for security and anti-terrorist protection of facilities of the GSC, Gazprom slide. And finally, comes one of the most interesting topics, the development and implementation of efficient gas-powered engines and gas industry energetics. To conclude this topic, we will mention the undeservedly forgotten theme, evaluation and use of waste energy. We probably mention that NIGAS leads joint research projects and develops a business partnership with companies from 38 countries all over the world. In conclusion, we do want to say that in 2007, in NIGAS there were 9 international scientific and practical conferences which were attended by more than 2,500 scientists and experts from 20 countries.
Thank you, Sergey. Finally, we would like to summarize the given information about NIGAS. We believe that this department has a promising future and it would be one of the best choices for us. And we hope that it is of interest to you too, because it suggests a brilliant career as well as a great success in life. Thank you for your attention and good luck. Besides, we would like to express our gratitude to Dmitry Karmanov, who made this presentation. And now we are ready to answer your questions. We hope that we won't be difficult.
Which areas of NIGAS research are in one way of aeromechanics and flight engineering?
Well, I think that one of them is hydromechanics in the tubes of gas transportation systems.
And all?
Well, also I think our department of durability of the aircrafts also has a close field of research with the NIGAS.
Do you have any negative or positive information from all the students about this organization?
About this organization, from other students I have no information. All information that I have is from our TV and the other mass media.
Maybe you have any new ideas which you want to develop at the department?
Well, Unfortunately, I haven't won because I didn't think about my further about my further department. But if when I will choose the NIGA department, I will think, of course.
Maybe the others guys have.
Really, it's a strange question for me.
Well, I think I have the same position as Sergey.
They're in the process.
And Dmitry, I think so.
I have a question. You said Gazprom is the department that promises the future, but do they have any cutting-edge technologies?
And what, sorry?
Cutting-edge technologies, I mean some future technologies.
Well, don't you think that using natural gas for example, automobile or even airplane fuel isn't a cutting-edge technology, and the development of engines for this purpose. Thank you.
And also your thank you for the presentation, first of all, and it reminded me first of all of a TV commercial of Gazprom. So, and you said that your dreams might come true. So, what kind of dreams for students might come true?
I almost don't think that every dream may come true. But for example, we have to mention that gas and liquid hydrocarbons industry is vital for our country. And what may be more dreamness than working in such a field of technologies.
No more questions, so thank you.
Glad to see you here. So let me introduce our team. As you can already guess, we are second-year students of Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology. My name is Andrei Plotnikov, and guys are Sergey Kovtun, Vladislav Borozin, Georgy Sidorov, and Nikita Isinov. And Nikita Surkov will help us with the visual accompanying. So, we will talk you about a joint open stock company, Illusion Aviation Complex. It's one of the well-known companies in our country. So we divide our presentation into several parts. In the first part, Sergey and Vladislav will tell you about the history of the company. In the next, Georgy will tell about major developments of the company, and finally, Nikita will say you some conclusion. Let's Sergey and Vladislav tell you a brief history of the company.
Good afternoon. The open joint stock company Illusion Aviation Complex was founded in 1933 by a prominent aircraft designer Sergey Vladimirovich Ilyushin as an experimental design bureau. Sergey Ilyushin is 3 times hero of socialist labor, 7-time winner of the Stalin Prize, Colonel General Corps of Engineers, and academician of the USSR. JCIL is one of the leading Russian enterprises specialized in aeronautical engineering. During 80 years, more than 120 types of aircraft have been developed by the design bureau. Over 60,000 killed aircraft have been built in serial production factories, bombers, ground attack, military transport and special mission view. Aircraft have been produced for Russian Air Force and for export. And now Vlad Parusi will tell you about major developments of the company. Thank you again.
Legendary Il-2 and Il-10 ground attack planes and Il-4 long-range bombers played an important role in the World War II. A lot of aircraft received the Airworthiness Certificate of Aviation Register of Interstate Aviation Community of CIS countries. As a recognition of great achievements in the development of new aircraft, the JSC Illusion Aviation Complex was awarded by the government rewards: the Order of Lenin, the Order of October Revolution, the Order of Red Banner, and the Order of Red Banner of Labor.
Thank you. Thank you. Now let's have a little trip in the modern civil airplane, and Georgi will be our guide.
Good afternoon, everyone. And on the slide, you can see magnificent turboprop jet engine. By the way, the company works in order to replace engines for noise reduction and environmental protection. And now I'm going to the aircraft. The aircraft design is based on modern ergonomic and technology solutions which are integrated with electronic displays and the aircraft automatic control. Cargo, now let's go to cargo compartment layout. Cargo tools provide for loading of a wide range of pallets and containers of a wide and with 92 metric tons of the maximum loaded capacity. To get a measurement of this, I can say that it is nearly 20 airplanes. And now, as all you know, there are economy, business, and all business classes in the passenger cabin. And economy class provide a high comfort for passenger by improved ergonomic seats and low noise level. And also there is a standard entertainment system with audio and video products. In the business class are equipped with LCD monitors and video audio and video products. And VIP interiors made with original design concepts and using modern materials which provide the maximum comfort, and maybe this VIP cabins is more comfortable than our home. Thank you, and our trip is over.
Thank you, Georgi. And now Nikita will tell you about perspective ways of the company.
Hello. Nowadays, the open joint stock company IL provides maintenance services for all Illusion aircraft. The company carries out operation and works for the Illusion aircraft modernization and modification. Also, the following aircraft are being offered to our customers: transport and military transport aircraft, new Il-112 and MTS military transport aircraft are under development. JC Il specialists cooperate with the world's leading aeronautical companies, production companies, and research organizations. JC Il provides after-sales support service and all types of maintenance and damage control for all fuel aircraft. Overhaul and modernization of fuel aircraft are being provided to maintain airworthiness and to comply with ICAO requirements and standards. Flight ground teams personnel is training in JC Il Training Center. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita. And in the conclusion, I want to say the legendary phrase of the Sergei Vladimirovich that building of the effective group of artists and enthusiasts is a task that is no easier than the building of a good airplane. Thank you for your attention. If you have some questions, I will be glad to answer them.
Excuse me. Andrei, what do you think about the crash of U-40 project? It was mentioned in one of the slides.
U-9640?
No. U-40.
U-40?
Yes, U-40, the ground attack plane.
Sorry, but I have not enough information about this plane.
Thank you for your presentation. Can you repeat or tell me what are current projects JSC Illusion is working on?
It's a U-120 transport aircraft. It's MTS transport system. It's is designed in the cooperation with Indian PAO organization. So it's the deep modernization of U-76 that is new engines and avionics U-476. As I know, there is effective work is the U-476. It is in the January of this year coming here to Zhukovsky for the flight tests. So what the MTS is only in the development, and something is happened with project of U-112.
Who is the famous person you quote in your conclusion? Are we supposed to know who is Sergei Vladimirovich?
Sergei Vladimirovich Illusion.
Ah, I see. Okay. What can you say about Kopinaki, about the person whose name is associated with illusion plane?
It's test pilot.
Very famous test pilot. And the third question. So a lot of world records were set by illusion planes, but the last of them, as far as I know, was set in the 80s, in the beginning of the 80s. Why so? So long ago.
I tried to guess it is the record is mass lifting on the transport planes, because in this time, in the 80s and 90s, the EU has the major part of EU developments. It was the researches in making transport planes. So I probably think that it's something with mass lifting.
No more questions.
I have a question. So, as I understood from your presentation, nowadays Illusion Design Bureau produces only passenger and military transporting systems and passenger aircrafts. And do they produce any other kinds of air vehicles? For example, fighters or something else?
I think that the project of fighters is no more than projects. There is some projects about small business airplanes, the sport airplanes. If I'm afraid I could mistake, but it is EU-103 plane, but it has some cooperation with Migran and Vujevich in this project. But I can be mistaken.
If there are no more questions, thank you.